Hello everyone, my name is Timmy Trickle and welcome back to my continuing look at the Friday the 13th series. This is my favorite horror franchise, especially out of the big three, and I'll be reviewing Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood. Now, this movie was released on May 13th, 1988. It had a 2.8 million dollar budget, and it made 19.1 million at the box office. It was directed by John C. Bushler and written by Manuel Fidelio and Daryl Haney. It has a 5.3 out of 10 on IMDb, a 30% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 90% on Google. This movie stars Laura Park Lincoln, Terry Kaiser, Kane Hodder, Kevin Blair, Susan Blue, and Elizabeth Catan. And this movie continues after part 6, and we find Jason still at the bottom of the lake where Tommy left him. But this time, there is a flashback sequence where a little girl, she has telekinesis, and she ends up killing her father. And when she wakes up from that dream, she's with her mother, and they're on their way to the camp to work with the doctor that's been working with her for a long time. But he is only interested in the telekinesis. He's not interested in helping her at all. And then, of course, we meet a new batch of kids who are there going to be celebrating a birthday. One of the guys that's there. And how Jason is resurrected is Tina. She is working with the doctor. She gets upset. And her name's Laura Park Lincoln. But Tina is her character. She runs out to the dock and basically says, "I'm sorry, Daddy. I wish I could bring you back." And then she has the flash of what she thinks is her dad. It turns out that it's Jason that she's seeing. And she basically brings him back from the dead. She faints on the dock, and Jason comes out, and you see his skeleton of his back and everything, which is badass. And we're introduced to Kane Hodder in this movie. He will go on to be in the next 3 sequels after this one, being the only guy to repeat as Jason in the franchise. In my opinion, Kane Hodder is the best Jason. A lot of people, some people would disagree. Some would say Richard Broker, or some others. But for me, Kane Hodder is a total badass. He has that presence, and I've seen him in movies before the Friday the 13th, and he just has the size. He has that movement that Jason makes. Some people get on him about his breathing and everything, but that's what makes him intimidating. He's angry, And in this movie, Jason faces off against Tina towards the end of the movie in the third act, which is pretty sweet. But we'll get to that in a little bit. The kids that are there, they're celebrating a party, which the guy never shows up because Jason takes care of him. Him and his girlfriend. They were stranded outside the road. They walked through the woods, and Jason does his business. And then we meet other couples, and there's jealousy with Tina and this other girl about their likeness of Nick. Nick is Tina's basically the only friend out there besides her mom. Jason, he starts picking people off one by one. It starts with, like I said, the couple on the side of the road. Then it starts with another couple in the tent, which my favorite kill happens. It used to be the sleeping bag with the girl in it. But I like when the boyfriend gets killed. He gets punched through the back and out through the front. And then Kane or Jason snaps his neck too. And that is so badass. And then he goes to kill the girl, and he just winds her up and with one swing, slams her against the tree, and she's done. And that was badass. But yeah, the boyfriend getting killed was my favorite kill in this movie, and then the sleeping bag one is second. But there's so many in this movie I'm going to talk about. There's a party favor to the eye. Another guy gets his face crushed. Another one gets his front of his face like cut off by a machete. One girl, it's just a simple kill, but it's pretty sweet. She's in the water, and Jason just grabs her leg and just pulls her down, and that's it. Pretty simple. Another guy, he nearly decapitates. But the showdown with Tina and Jason is where the movie is now. There's always one douchebag character in these movies. In this case, it's the doctor. And the doctor deserves everything he gets in this movie. And yeah, Jason lets him have it with this long saw, which is pretty sweet. But overall, this movie is a very good sequel. It's not as good as some others, but it is one I enjoy. It's one I watch every Halloween, every October, sometimes more than once a year. Typically, the first 8 are my go-to ones. But part 7, I love the showdown between Jason and Tina. She really takes it to him. I like some of the special effects. I love the explosion of the house. I mean, that was a massive, that house was shredded. There was nothing left. The whole stunt with Jason on fire in the basement is pretty sweet. I like when she breaks off his mask and we actually get to see his face. The makeup and everything is fantastic. And Kane Hodder even talks about the one stunt where he is at the top of the stairs. Now, he was supposed to not fall through the stairs originally, but Kane said it would look a lot better when he gets hit with the light if he fall back and go through the stairs. And of course, you know, the stunt works great, but he barely misses his head. If you watch the clip, when he goes through the stairs, he barely misses his head. Had he been like another inch or two farther back, he would have, I mean, he really would have split his head open really good. But he's great at what he does, and that stunt was pulled off perfectly. And I like when he breaks through the wall there as well. But Kane Hodder, his presence in this movie is so badass. Everything he does, he's so intimidating. I love when he jumps through the window there, and he talks about that stunt too, where he's so tall and that window is only so high that again he almost hit his head going through there. So he had to do it just right to fit his full frame in there. And I love watching behind the scenes. You learn that, you can watch it on YouTube, the behind the scenes of these Friday the 13th movies. And I love it. And I love the stories. I love all the get-togethers and of the cast and everything. But yeah, Kane Hodder, in my opinion, is the best Jason. I really wish he would have been in Freddy vs. Jason. But I'll get to that review and why I think so tomorrow. But he's by far the best and the most dedicated for this franchise. He loves this franchise so much that he was really upset when he didn't even get offered the role in Freddy vs. Jason. You know, and how are you going to have Robert Englund and you're not going to have Kane Hodder, who's done 4 movies? You know, doesn't make no sense. But other than that, that is my review for Friday the 13th Part 7, A New Blood. So in the comment section below, let me know if you like this movie. Did you hate it? And if you're new to the channel, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's talk movies. I love talking about movies. I do top 10s. I will be talking about my favorite TV shows going into the fall and what I watch and everything. But yeah, I love talking about movies. I love the horror genre. It's my favorite genre of movies. It's a close between horror and comedy, but I love all types of movies. It doesn't matter. So, other than that, I will give Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood, I will give that a 7 out of 10. And yeah, I highly recommend that you watch it. It's one I enjoy each year, and it's another one I go to. So, other than that, I thank you guys for watching this movie review, and I'll see you guys next time. Check you later.